lovely folks. Happiest of Wednesdays to y'all. First things first, let me just double check this, but I'm pretty sure it's Plum. It's Plum, right? It's Plum. First things first. Plumberry Muffin, congratulations. Pat yourself on the back. You are the first viewer to redeem first this stream, so you get to be first. Minna keeps trying to interrupt me with her silly little noises. And well, we will get there, Minna. Thank you for being here. But also, I have talking to do first, right at the beginning. Hello and welcome, everyone. Hello, SNK. Hello, everyone who decides to pop in today. I hope you are having a wonderful Wednesday and that you are very relaxed. Last things last, we have a bit of a fight over last from the last stream, but I do believe Settle Down Beavis got the last. So Settle Down Beavis is last, Plumberry Muffin is first, and Plum, thank you so much for redeeming word of the stream, Winnie the Moosh. That is adorable, and I love it. I don't actually know if this is like internet knowledge about me yet. But it seems time for a story time while I write down Winnie the Moosh, which is partially a book review. I actually learned to read because of Winnie the Pooh. My mom used to read me A.A. Milne as
Poison
a
Dull
bedtime
Frog
story.
just resubscribed for 49 months. I would summon Sailor Moosh, except I don't have the GR to do it. That's a sentence. It's a real sentence. I said it. Lady QEW 2026.
I remember that sentence. We're gonna get back to the story about Winnie the Moosh. This is important too. Poison Darth Frog, welcome in. It's wonderful to see you, and thank you so much for 49 whole months of resubs. That's a long time. You're fantastic. I remember that sentence. I would summon Sailor Moosh, except I don't have the grass to do it. An actual real sentence that I spoke while playing this game. That's not even a deep cut. That was like a couple weeks ago. Like, that's recent. Reasonably recent, at least, I think. Or I probably would have forgotten it. As always, Poison Darth Frog, thank you for your commitment to the quotables. They are extremely funny when context is removed. To me, they all make sense at the time, and then you say them a week later, and I go, what is wrong with me? Can't say grass, but it can't say grr! That's funny. So, as I'm writing down Winnie the Moosh, I'm going to jump back to my little story, which is when I was young, my mom used to read me A.A. Milne at bedtime as like the bedtime story. It was one of three. Like, we had some Beatrix Potter. We also had some, I'm not going to remember this. It was like Sammy J and stuff like that. It was like a forest creature one. I'm going to remember the author pretty soon. G.R. Butt. This is fine. And my mom would like read these things to me as bedtime stories, but because I was the littlest, I would often be sitting on her lap rather than on the floor or on the chair while like my siblings were also listening to these same stories. And so it meant that I was looking at the page while she was reading, whether that was like A.A. Milne's poetry, which is very good, by the way, or whether it was the stories. I remember like just seeing them over and over and over again. And I think by the time I was 3 years old I could read Winnie the Pooh by myself. I couldn't necessarily read every book you handed me, but it did not take long from there to be able to do a lot of reading. And so I definitely have very early memories of sitting on her lap and reading Winnie the Pooh. Because A.A. Milne is delightful. The stories are delightful. That poetry is delightful. I still have so many of those poems memorized. Insanity. Halfway up the stairs, the stair where I sit. There isn't any other stair quite like it. It isn't at the bottom. It isn't at the top. So this is the stair where I always stop. Halfway up the stairs isn't up, isn't down. It isn't in the nursery. It isn't in the town. All sorts of funny thoughts run round my head. It isn't really anywhere. It's somewhere else instead. Like, come on. How long have I had that in my brain and it's still just there whenever I want it? Anyway, love it. So Winnie the Moosh, great word of the stream. I'm a huge fan. Was there a specific reason why that was on your mind, Plum? Or was it just the first thing you thought of? Winnie the Moosh, a willy-nilly silly old bear. Hey, that's fun, because Moosh originally was a bear. Currently, Moosh is a horse, and also some eldritch creatures of light. But originally Moosh was a bear. Hello, Loki! Look at our lovely word of the stream. You stopped in just in time to see it very, very up close. How lovely. You need to come up with a sentence for TTS to say with as many A words as possible just to see how it reacts. I think it would ban you. I mean, it probably wouldn't. If you're talking about just the letter combination contained in words, that sounds hilarious. And I don't know what it would know how to do. That's so funny to me. Yes, thank you, Plum, very much for the word of the stream. How kind. So I'm still playing Twilight Princess. We haven't given up yet. Now, granted, we also haven't fought the spider boss, and so we might still give up. It's a possibility. I don't know when the spider boss is coming. I haven't looked it up yet. And partially, I haven't looked it up yet because you might notice the stream title today is Poe-busters. That's from Ghostbusters. I am almost certain that Poison Darth Frog suggested this because that seems. Yup. So we're spending this stream, literally I have a walkthrough open here, attempting to bust some Poes. We're gonna try to collect some Poe souls. So what the things that I know are, for the most part it's gonna need to be dark. I don't know if that means night, especially in caves, but we'll have to pay attention to that in order to find Poes. I'm so certain it was you. This, maybe you made a reference to Ghostbusters midway through the stream, and so I put Poe-busters down. Maybe that was the jump that I made. I don't know, but I am not the sort of person who comes up with Ghostbusters myself as a reference point to, turn into a stream title. So I'm going to credit you anyways. I'm not sure why or how. If someone else actually did this, please tell me, because I should probably credit the proper person if there is a proper person, but I was pretty sure it was something that you said that made me think of it. If it's not, it happens. Who has the memory of a week ago? This is insanity to me. Who has the memory of yesterday? Who knows what they ate for dinner today? There's no possible way to know. So, we have to be a wolf, at least right now, to fight Poes, because we can't see them unless we're using wolf senses. So now that I have the ability to change back and forth between a boy and a Moosh-busters, notes. Now that we have the ability to change between a boy and a wolf at will, sort of, at the request of Midna, it's fine. Now that we can be a wolf on purpose, and now that we can, wait for it to be, nighttime, we should be able to find Poes. But I don't know where anything is. And by that I mean, it's not just that I don't know where Poes are. I've actually run into several Poes, because they're just the lanterns. I remember one of them in Zora's domain. I went looking for something and found a lantern and went, oh, I can't deal with that yet. I remember a cave that I was in. I remember there's one just outside the city in the direction where I couldn't actually leave, but where there was a fun little, pretty setup. So, I remember where some of them are, and I kind of know how to fight them. But what I mean when I say I don't know where anything is I mean I have a walkthrough open, which is telling me where all these Poes are. And I have no understanding of, the bits of the map that it is telling me about. And so this is going to be a hilarious experience no matter what we do, and I am going to spend the entire stream pretty lost. So, you're welcome. It's lovely to see you. I'm not even sure I know how to get out of Sacred Grove. So, let's see how long it takes for me to find my first Poe. Call the police. That's funny. That might be next stream because I probably won't have found them all. Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a bottle. I don't actually know where we're keeping these souls. In Ocarina of Time and in Majora's Mask, I think we needed bottles, but we seem to just keep these souls, which is a little bit creepy. Okay. Nope. I'm just over here, chat. Isn't that great? It's not connected to any of the parts of the map. I don't know what to do with that. This is so very silly. You keep them in your tum-tum. Yep, obviously, the good boy wolf just eats their souls. Clearly. Oh. Why is that wall? Oh gosh. Yeah, this place really doesn't want me able to go in and out with any sort of ease. That's very annoying. Okay. Maybe we're gonna need to try warping. Poison Darth Frog, thank you so much for redeeming Let's Go to the Lobby, otherwise known as Eat Everything. For anyone who's new to the channel, I have a number of redemptions that have to do with food, and I did eventually compile them all, so that redemption is all of them, right there. Yeah, your first lobby! How wonderful. So that means I gotta do a hydrate, I gotta do a dehydrate, I gotta do a seasonal candy, and I gotta do a non-seasonal candy. Happy Easter, everybody. It's been Easter since we last spoke. Why is it so early this year? I should know that, but I don't. So, let us begin. Here's your hydrate for 69 channel points. Nice. Delicious. And I have my favorite dehydrate. No, it's not the lovely Dorito Pickle Cool Ranch mashup, though that is lovely. But it is my absolute favoritist, made in Canada, Ruffles Sour Cream and Onion. My favoritist chippies. This is one of the things Kim Menzel and I disagree on very utterly in a way that's quite funny. We share no taste in chips, and he thinks these are awful. But I love them, so we eat them. I guess I could warp to North Farron Woods, but I am attempting to follow a walkthrough. And the walkthrough is pretty insistent that I start in Lake Hylia. This is a very big chip. And so let's start by warping. Delicious. And so then we have our candies. I still have some Easter eggs. Oop, that's upside down, not that that matters. Now it's upside down differently. That's super weird. Doesn't matter. I still have some Easter eggs, and so I'm gonna make that my seasonal redemption. And I still also have some peppermint chocolate from Christmas. It was in my stocking, so I'm willing to call it a non-seasonal candy. I am gonna one at a time these though, because I want to enjoy them. So as I said, we are shamelessly using walkthroughs because I don't find it fun to just frustrate myself. Inside Lake Hylia cavern at the south end of the lake. Well, I am not actually at the south end of the lake, but I'm pretty close. Wasn't he over here somewhere? Nope. I could not make that jump. Your communal candy jar still has a candy cane and chocolate pumpkins. That's spectacular. Is this Lake Hylia Cavern? No, it's the spring. So I've been told it is at the south end of the lake. And so that is part of the south end of the lake. We also have more of the south end of the lake over there. And I am not positive that I know which area has the cavern. But I am fairly sure that I have a vague memory of having gone over here at some point. And whenever I had gone over here, I could swear I remember running into... Walking everywhere as a doggo is the only way to do it. I could swear I remember running into a Poe, like, somewhere here. Okay, so this is one, but it's the 7th one, not the 3rd one. So this is not anywhere near Lake Hylia Cavern. I'm not even confident that time passes here. There's 7 Poe souls in Lake Hylia. What on earth happened here? People just casually dying here all the time or something like that? First of all, where is Lake Hylia Cavern? This is what I mean when I say walkthroughs are only so helpful, and in this game specifically, they've actually been very unhelpful to me thus far, because they just like say things and act like you understand what they mean. And so when they say things like, oh, go to Lake Hylia Cavern, and they don't have a picture of like a map with an indicator on that, or like even a picture of what it looks like in game, I'm like, where is that? Like, Lake Hylia is quite big. Is there only one cavern in the entirety of it? Or is there one that's called Lake Hylia Cavern? Like, how am I supposed to know where you mean? Because that is not the sort of thing that I pay attention to. Across the wooden bridge and up a ladder. Okay. Perfect. Because that walkthrough actually explained. So it's gonna be up the ladder that I was ignoring. Does time pass here? The other thing that's a little bit weird about Poe soul hunting is that in Twilight Princess, at least not so far, we don't have like a way to make it change whether it's day or night. It's dangerous to go alone. Summon Sailor Moosh! I would, but I don't have the grass for it. I'm kidding. I would, but I'm a good boy right now. And Sailor Moosh, I don't need their help right now. But maybe one day I'll turn back into a boy. That was fun. I didn't know you could roll off the edge. It's sunset. It's clearly sunset. Gosh, the craziest part of this is gonna be just like having to sit here and wait for nighttime. Good news is I have snacks. So thank you again, Poisoned Earth Frog, for your lobby redemption. I got to eat so many snacks. That started melting very quickly. Up! I'll see it! Oh, come on. I pressed the attack button first. I really do not like how effective that thing was at hurting me. Well, I'll get better at it with time, I'm sure. Okay, so across the wooden bridge and up a ladder. I believe is this way, but I believe I'm gonna have to be a boy in order to climb the ladder. Right? Yeah, the wolf can't do it. That's a shame. Link? Apparently Link also can't climb the ladder. Aha! So part of the reason that I didn't know what Hylia Cavern was is that apparently I have never been here. Oh, that's okay. Have yourself a good sleep, Plum. Thank you very much for stopping by, and thank you again for the lovely word of the stream and the happy memories for me that go along with it. I will definitely name... Well, I'm pretty sure Edgar Allan is the one that I'm trying to help. But I'll definitely name them all. All of them. It is very unclear to me what on earth is happening. Lantern? Oops. Interesting. Maybe that's the setup that I actually want for my items. Interesting. I wonder if there's a pattern to this. Ooh. Thanks for the bombs, game. You understand. Oh. There's an enemy through that. something, apparently. More bombs? Money! That is useless. My wallet is full. I see. I think I'm understanding this cave a little better. The one thing I am terrified of is running into a spider. It's gonna give me so much money and I don't want the money. Okay. Is insane. Like, actually requiring okay, I can see the post. So we're gonna wolf now. Okay, that was better. If we use jump attack, we can reach him before he starts swinging his silly lance. Oops. I meant to just put that away. I didn't, but I meant to. Oopsies. Lovely. Well, let's blow this up while we're here and waiting for those. Aw, arrows. How nice. Whoop. Hey guys, there's no floor there. Did you know? I didn't. Oh dear. Do I remember what I do for those things? Oh. It might be. Hold on. Aha, the torch is over here. I needed to take a step of faith. Poisoned Earth Frog. You have just brought to mind a book series that I haven't thought about in a long time, and I don't know if you've ever heard of. But you made me think of something. The character was named Thomas, and I remember there being a thing about him needing to take a leap of faith at a certain point, which was very stressful. Instead, I took an awkward tumble of faith. It was... I think I have it on my bookshelf. Which means now I have to figure out what it is. It might have been Wings of Light? There's like 7 or 8 books, and they were like 9 to 12 readers, so they're like I read them in elementary school or something like that. I remember my sister was really into them as well. Close. Winds of Light. We got there. So it's like a 7 or 8 book set. The main character was like a teenager named Thomas. And I remember there was part of the plot where he had to, at one point, take an actual leap of faith. Okay, that's the way on. I'm gonna need more lantern oil at some point. Always light every torch you see. You were thinking Indiana Jones. I mean, I think there were snakes. Oh, put away. And then I need to remind myself how this works. Nope, I'm doing it wrong. And I'm therefore going to lose the thing. Okay. How do I use this? If I press this button and it doesn't work. Thank you. Good. That did not make any sense to me as to why it was working the way that it was working, but we got there. Because at some point we'll probably run into one of those slugs again. And I'm pretty sure if we do, the slug guts that I can scoop up function as lantern oil. Whoop! Hey look! Another slug! And more of these things. I would love to be able to attempt to scoop. Worth it. Maybe. Nope, not worth it. I didn't get it. I attempted a scoop, but I was being attacked. Friends, being attacked is not the way. Okay, was that where I came from? I think so, because it's lit. Aha! That's this. I think... So the fact that we had another one spawn makes me wonder if I wait here long enough if I'll get a third. But probably not, right? They wouldn't be that nice to me. Oh, one of those guys. Does anyone remember how I was fighting them? Ages and ages ago. Ugh. Ah, that was it. He takes aim at me with his mouth, and I run around him, mostly. Sometimes I even hit him. That was very clumsy. But it's okay. Oop. There's definitely something there. Love it. That looks like moving on. Yay, more bombs! It's very interesting that it looked like there was something over here. Oh, hey, look. What on earth are you? I don't know if I want to walk into that, because that looks like something that's going to make me exit the cave. And I don't know if I want to exit the cave. In fact, I'm pretty sure I want to not exit the cave. Well. Aha! Whoop! I saw the first pit, but then I got distracted because of the glowing eye. Oh! Whatever's behind here. Come on, Mr. Keith. That looked very impressive. It wasn't. But it looked it. I find it interesting that the thing that is like testing me the most about this is remembering how to fight any of the enemies that I run into. Like, I don't know who anyone is. Oh, hello, it's you again. One thing I'll say for the fire slugs being here is it is nice that they somewhat allow for there to be light. This is the bit where it sucks. Because the floor is no longer consistent, but I can see a floating Poe up there. Hello, Kate. How are you? We're in a cave. I'm having only minor struggles. I've nearly fallen to my death twice. Oh. Sorry to hear that you're still not great, but glad that there's some better happening. That's nice. Alright, Linda. I would like to be a wolf now. Okay. Well, I do wish you luck. And I hope you're able to find something that you like. Oh, glad for that. Anxiety is the worst. It just makes everything about life so much trickier. I'm too curious for my own good. And so I keep blowing up all the rocks. But all I'm getting is money. I would really love more bombs. You know? But we're still gonna open them. 10 bombs! Boys and Dark Rock, thanks for the bombs. Thank you for redeeming Kaboom! Otherwise known as Dehydrate. I appreciate that. That is a very funny reference. We named Dehydrate Kaboom when we were playing Wind Waker, and we were using bombs to play Battleship for like sink your octopus or something. So that's very funny. And it also means I get more snacks. Yum. I should leave. One of those guys again. That. Oh, 2 of those guys. Oop. Oop. Get out of the way. Oh, that was so much smoother than the first time when I couldn't remember how to fight them. Well done. I tried finding a reference for dehydrate when going through the volcano, but didn't find much. Aww. Okay. So we came from there. Which means we have 2 to blow up. Hope this has enemies behind it. I saw... Ooh! Okay. We need to figure out if we can do this. Perfect! I refilled. That was important. There are still flaming rocks raining down. Traditional Death Mountain welcome. We've gotten ourselves into lava. I don't have time for your ridiculous fire. That's not a bad one, actually. I don't know if you remember, because this was ages ago. I had a dehydrate and a dehydrate but spicy. Like, I had one that was specifically spicy, and I don't have time for your ridiculous fire would have been perfect for that. I don't have time for your ridiculous fire. It's just a great quote. Okay. Every part of this makes me suspicious. Rockfall, everyone doesn't drown. Ooh. There's Keith. Good eve, settled on Beavis. Did you know that you were the last of the last stream? I wasn't sure if you knew it, so I wanted to make sure to tell you. Hello? Thank you. There's a chest there with money that you don't need. Rocks fall, everyone dies. But they didn't! Rocks fall, nobody drowns. What? What do those two things have to do with each other? Well, I see something glowing. And... oops. I see a Poe. Oh, there's a bunch more keys. Oop. Which way is up? I have fallen through the floor. This is fine. Clearly I'm fine. This has been the trickiest part, is just the navigation. You had some relative confidence. Yu-Gi-Oh's explanation for Atlantis was rocks fall, everyone dies. This was actually quite a good trip, I think. Bad at buttons. Used to be quite adamant about getting the last. I think I one time had someone redeem last a minute before I went live. Ooh, a piece of heart. And that was insane. That was commitment to the bit. Okay. So that's 3 Poes from Lake Hylia Cavern. So that's what they are calling 4, 5, and 6. Hold on. I don't want to lose the nighttime. Lake Hylia Cavern, Lake Hylia Cavern, Lake Hylia Cavern. So then the southwest portion of Lake Hylia. Okay. On a higher ledge, there's a watchtower. So that's the watchtower. I actually see him. Okay. Just have to get there. Well, it's still nighttime. Oh, wait. Hold on. Why am I doing this as a human? I can be a good boy. Come on. You suck! Don't like how high up that was. But we got there. I did not see the movie yet. Not that that matters at all to me. Feel free to post whatever spoilers you like. Did you see it? And if so, was it good? Okay. Oh man, there's so many in Lake Hylia. This is insane. So South Central, bunch of platforms. I think that's the first one that I did.
Angry Angel _03 raided my stream with 12 viewers.
Angel! Angry Angel Raid, thank you so much for thinking of me, Angel, and for dropping off your community here. I'm going to get you a shout out. Captain Toad earlier, and you thought about me the whole time. I'm honored. That was actually a really fun game to play. In general, I'm assuming the Captain Toad that you were talking about might be that one that you were playing earlier. Maybe it was that one. Hello, Baby Rage. I didn't want to leave, but she dropped us off here. Valid. Valid. I have it. I loved when Captain Toad Treasure Tracker first came out. I was like, this is an obsession of mine. This is such a good game. So well done. Easily one of my top games at the time because like just yes, of course, please do that always. So I'm glad you were playing it and I do feel honored that you would think of me and my ridiculous Toad impersonation while you were doing that. Keep it until you finish it? Yes. Do it. Like, it's honestly so much fun. It's so much fun. Well, welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much, Angel, for stopping in, for dropping folks off. Who is Winnie the Moosh? This is a great question, Baby Rage. Great question. I'm going to do the silly little intro spiel first. If you have not hung out with Angel before, please take a visit. Her content is spectacular. She's really fun. And so make sure that you pop on over and check out her channel. But thank you for the lurk, Angel. Crashing through the bushes. Hello, Mexico. Um, if you are new to this channel, I'm Lady QW. I really like Nintendo content, so I play a lot of Nintendo content here. Currently, I'm playing through my Legend of Zelda collection. I've made it to Twilight Princess. I am trying to 100% these games, but see, this game has spiders, and so we're gonna have to see how we do. But currently, we're Poe collecting, which is lots of fun. So hopefully, you have a good time and you're along for the ride. Baby Rage, to answer your question, I'm doing really well. I'm having a lovely evening. Now, Winnie the Moosh, this is my chalkboard for my word of the stream. So once a stream, my viewers can redeem meaningless calories, which is the term for channel points here. They can redeem meaningless calories to make me write a word on the chalkboard. We've been a little bit flexible with that. Sometimes it's a few words. And there has been a pattern and or habit since I started playing Zelda. Actually, specifically since I played the Oracle games. Because in the Oracle games, you meet Moosh, or you have the potential to meet Moosh. I think there's a few different characters you can meet, but we met Moosh, who is a flying bear, who is our bestest friend in all of existence. I love Moosh. This was my favorite thing about the Oracle games, was Moosh, the flying bear. And from that point, specifically, one of the channel regulars named Plumbery Muffin, who is also a streamer and who is also a lovely streamer, and so you could absolutely check Plumberry Muffin out as well. Plum started redeeming my word of the stream and would substitute a syllable of whatever the actual word was with the word moosh, just so that there was always moosh on the chalkboard while I was playing Zelda. So currently, Moosh is actually the name of our horse in this game because we do get to name the horse. But Winnie the Moosh is actually just Plum saying Winnie the Pooh, but substituted Pooh for Moosh. And so Winnie the Moosh is our word of the stream this time. And I love that. It's delightful. Mexico, it is wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for stopping in. And congratulations on the 7-stream streak. Woo! Beavis on a 3-stream streak. Woo! We're going wild here. There's people showing up. It's crazy. So Mexico, thank you for redeeming Let's Go to the Lobby, also known as Eat Everything. So I do have multiple food redemptions, and so now I'm going to go through them, starting with Hydrate for 69 channel points. Nice. So there's my Hydrate. Here's my Dehydrate, my favorite chippy chips of all time. I wish there was music, but I can't unpause it because I'm, like, hunting ghosts. Okay, I'll stop it. Guys, how do I stop being cute? That's very funny. Oh, thank you, Beavis. Excellent moosh explanation. I appreciate that. I realize I've actually never had to explain myself before when it comes to this, or like I feel like I haven't, because I've had this chalkboard from like the 3rd or 4th time I streamed, like ever, so it's been years. And nobody ever asks about it. It was the best moose story. Okay, Bloomer, thank you for redeeming Toad.
Hello! Did you like the explanation about Moosh? I hope so.
Thank you for making me hurt my throat. I didn't actually. I just probably should have swallowed my chip first. We're fine. So, my other two food redemptions, Mexico, are I do have seasonal candy, so I've got some Easter eggs still from the weekend, and non-seasonal candy, so I have some mint candy from my stocking last Christmas. Very unseasonal. And I will munch those. I try. So Kate, I push it away, I attempt, but it really is something, like, if you could hear me in person, probably, it very much overloads. Like, it requires diaphragm. Last Christmas, I have, I'm a very slow chocolate eater. So the only candy that I have left from last Christmas is chocolate because, like, the jelly beans and the mints and stuff, that stuff was gone in a week. But I'm very slow about eating chocolate. I used to not be. It's definitely a development, probably since I hit my 30s, that it's just a lot. It's a lot, and that's okay. How do I stop being cute? Poison Death Frog, you can't. I'm certain. You'll never know what that toad is telling you. Well, I asked if you liked my story. Sorry, he asked if you liked my story. That had nothing to do with me whatsoever. I was not involved. Not involved. You have in-season chocolate because you haven't finished your bunny. Oh, that seems like a nice snack. Okay, getting the Easter egg, and then I have to go back to the game. So we are Poe hunting, which is hard. Not because I can't find them, because, like, I am using a walkthrough, but because I don't know where anything is in this game. And so, as discussed, when the walkthrough was like, go to Lake Hylia Cavern, I was like, where is that? And I had to Google it because I have no idea where it is. You know what? That's totally valid, baby rage. If you're gonna be doing a diet, like, you gotta finish off the stuff that you have first that you don't know when you're gonna be eating again. That being said, I do wish you luck. Because I know it can be difficult, it can be tricky, and getting your body used to new inputs is a whole thing. All of which is totally fine. And so, like, you do you, more power to you. I hope it is easy. I have had very mixed luck. Okay. So, I think I have up to Postal 7. So Postal 8 is telling me it's at the east end of the lake on a small patch of land, which is problematic because that's like the opposite of where I am. And then I have to play this silly mini game with the chicken. Twice? That is awful. Okay, I'm not gonna like these Poes. These Poes are going to be very annoying. Mm, that's like all the way over there. I don't want to never eat fun things again, Kate. And so I've decided I would prefer not to develop an onion allergy. This is fine. We're just in the water now, actually. Okay. Wheat, rye, and barley. That's very tricky. Because you're right, that's a lot of things. Oh, I see it. Guys, I see it. Like, normally when you're allergic to wheat, there are some other things that you can, like, substitute, but, like, rye is one of those things. That boy loves McDonald's. Not anymore. Oh, that's very tough. Can I get out here? Nope. No, I cannot. I think I have to get out over here, which sucks. Because it is almost sunrise. And I need to kill the Poe. Need to kill the Poe. Come on. Come on. Ow. Rude. Put it. Come here. Come here where I can hurt you. Thank you. Oh gosh, even barbecue sauce. See, that's crazy. That's so hard. Okay. So I got that one. That's not bad. I have a feeling I am not going to manage these ones before the sun comes up. So apparently there's one on the treasure chests. Win me the Poe. So I can see the one on the treasure chest platform. There's one on like the green one. A very, very gentle dot. There's also supposedly one on a platform. Oh, I see it. It's the platform midway up there. Oh, that's awful. Oh, this is awful. Beloved Canadian icon that a surprising amount of people don't know is Canadian. That is fascinating to me. Of course Winnie the Bear is Canadian from Winnipeg. But A.A. Milne is British. And so making famous Winnie the Pooh, there's gotta be... Where can I climb out? Will it let me climb out here? Oh. I mean, I have already scared him due to being a wolf and appearing. But this is fine. Hey, man! This is fine. We're just gonna shoot ourselves to the top. I do think I have to do this twice to get both Poes. I don't know if I want to eat this chip while there's still chocolate in my mouth. One moment. Okay. And the door. Whoops! Nope! Pressed button that I didn't mean to press. Accidentally lit your place on fire. I'm so sorry, dude.
Hi.
Grab cuckoo. Yes, please. Okay. So... this feels like it's gonna be the hardest one. Yeah. I might not have done that fast enough. Oh, I did not do that fast enough, chat. That is tricky. Like, I understand what I need to do, but it sucks that I don't get to practice it. You like your fireplace. Fireplaces are cool. I'm trying really hard not to bomb the inside of people's houses with any sort of regularity, I promise. Okay. So I can still see the Poe soul, even though the sun is coming up. I guess the good news is I have all day to practice. This is going to be very costly. Because since time moves, I can get on there during the day. You don't believe either of us? Well, that's fair. I'm sorry. Tisk, tisk, indeed. It feels like this should not be a controversial thing to say, and so I should be able to say it on the internet. But I really don't think we should bomb people's houses. Probably gonna get in trouble for that. Beavis, I would say that's valid. Whoa now. Whoa now. So Beavis, what part do you not remember? Do you not remember the cannon? Do you not remember the clowns? Do you not remember the chickens? Because this is one of the things. I am still, like, convinced I must be missing something. Because thus far, I do not know any way to walk out of Lake Hylia. As far as I'm aware, if I'm in the water, the only way I can get back to, like, the normal tier of land that lets me move between sections is to jump in that cannon. Mainly the clowns and the cannons. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Baby Rage. It was lovely to meet you, and please enjoy your look. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just, like, look at this guy. This is iconic outfit right here. And his eyes. His eyes. They're a real something.
Hi.
I'm just gonna spend all my money trying to land on this silly platform. Okay. Okay, that was a much better turn that time. Which means I'm probably actually going to land on the platform. Oh, there's another chicken over here. Perfect. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it there. Okay, so here's my plan. We're gonna chill here as a good boy for literally the whole day until it's nighttime and the Poe comes out. Then we're gonna defeat the Poe. Then we're gonna turn back into a real boy, grab a chicken, jump off, and attempt to land on the treasure thing. I don't think we're gonna do it because I think it's too far. But we'll at least make the attempt to do this in like one round. But if we fail, we're jumping back into the cannon, shooting ourselves back to the moon, and then trying to land on that again. He looks like he wants to entertain children and adults at the same time in very different ways. Kind of, yeah. Look, I think he wants to terrify children and amuse adults slightly. That's the vibe I get. So... snack break time, I guess? The thing is, when I first warped here, it became pretty clear to me that the day cycle is long, so this is gonna take a while. Which means if y'all have anything you want to talk about, now would be the time. You could tell me all about your days. I could tell you all about mine. I could actually tell you all about mine, because a couple of people have asked me how my day was. And the answer to that is it was a wonderful day. And some of that is because I successfully, like, reintegrated myself. I've been very dysregulated for a couple of days, and so today was like the first day where I kind of felt on the same page as myself, and that was lovely. But mostly, it was wonderful because one of my coworkers, who's like, I guess I would call them a main coworker, because there's a couple of people who like are on the same level as me at my job, and then there's like people that we manage. But I would say there's 2 or 3 of us that kind of share management of the office in like different areas. One of them has been on vacation for a whole month, and he was back today for the first time since like February. And boy howdy, is it lovely to have someone else to like share that part of the job with, so that I wasn't just the only person doing everything all day today. That was lovely. So I had a great day. His cutesy clown outfit shows more skin than necessary. That's what you want to talk about? Okay. Like, I can see that. That's a valid point. You don't think the cutesy clown outfit needed to show skin? But I submit to you, but he's got a pretty cool tattoo. And, like, it's really set off by the clothes. And so especially given, like, this is at least how I understand it. If you're gonna wear wide pants like that, you gotta have something skin tight on top. And so that bit at least kind of made sense. 2,000 videos on your YouTube channel, Poison Darthfrog. That's amazing. You have just a plethora of content on there. I was gonna say I'll never catch up, and I realized that that sounded like me saying something like I'll never have that many videos on my YouTube channel, and what I mean is I feel like I don't watch enough YouTube to like keep up with your video releases. Like, I'm just gonna be ever more falling behind. Compilation videos! Is that like a clip show? You try too many different things. No, but so many of them are so much fun. Hello, Kate. You'd like to talk about how ATS and sites like Indeed and LinkedIn have done irreparable damage to the job market. Okay, I feel like I'm sort of following you. Is it because it makes the application process pretty much impossible to navigate as either an employee or an employer? Or is there something specific that is getting your goat? Because I know that you're in, like, you have to be involved in some of that right now, given that you're looking for a job. Ghost listings, encouraging ghost listings, yep. Ooh, we have sunset. It's coming up. Can I talk to the chickens? I can talk to the chickens. Chat, I have been wasting my day. I don't disagree with you, Kate. I'm pretty sure. So I still get emails like daily from places like Indeed, telling me like, hey, you should apply for this listing. Hey, you should apply for this listing. Hey, you should apply for this listing. Because it does push some of that. But I don't think I ever once got any callbacks from any of those websites. It didn't matter how many submissions I did in a day. It was like, nope, never. That's true. Well, that chicken at least is very friendly. He wants me to win. That looks a bit too far to fly. Yeah, that's fair. That's what I thought. Too many games having new content while also trying to put together a celebration video. Oh, Poison Darth Frog, that is a lot. You used to get callbacks way back in 2021. Gosh, that's like an age ago. It's sunset, come on. It's been sunset for so long. Make it night. Mostly scams, yep. Not real listings. No, it feels really hard to find a job. I think I have maybe once in my life ever been hired for a reason other than nepotism. Hello? Why am I... What the heck are you doing? Come on, dude. Come on. I got you. And then I, like, did the animation, but didn't actually finish him. Very rude. Especially if the account includes things like your resume information. Wait, what? What? No thank you. This is not what I'm doing. But this is a very difficult shelf to get to. I should probably figure out what is going on there. What if it's a piece of heart? Chat, what if it's a piece of heart? Nope, it's money. Don't care.
You gonna do?
Whoop. Okay, there we go. My camera focus was having some issues. Thank you for giving me that piece of heart, Poison Darth Frog. Thank you. Okay, so I am not going to make this jump. But I'm gonna try. Yeah, not even close. Look at how fast I'm falling, chat. So fast. Will the Poe attack me if I'm on the lowest?
Good arch.
Can I aggro him? Come on, dude. Can't you see me? Yeah, nah.
Oh, get my...
There's so many Poes. Like, so here's the thing. There's gonna be at least 2 streams of Poe hunting. Would be my guess, because there's 29 of them that I can collect at this point in the game. 29. Can you believe that? That is an insane number of Poes to be able to collect, like, the moment that you learn about them based on where you can actually go. And probably the intention of the game is just keep track of that. As you go anywhere at night, turn into a wolf, check if there's some Poes, you know, figure it out, take a look, be curious. And they're probably not thinking you're just gonna sit down and grind this, but like, 29? How are you ever supposed to catch up? Networking is the solution for sure. The struggle is no job, no networking. Yeah, no, you're completely right. And like half my jobs I got from just like knowing people and them being like, hey, this is hiring. And that is like, I wish that that was an option.
Hi.
Like, I wish I could tell you, yeah, absolutely. Like, I got something for you. Poted. Is it a hurt? Or is it a cat?
Hmm?
Okay. Wish that the camera was better than this. Because we kind of have to do either a drop when we're in the right place, or a very, very slow descent, which Link is being very unhelpful with. Yeah, I knew I was gonna miss that. That's extremely annoying. He was not doing the turn. Why does this clown shirt need such a low neckline? No one knows! Does it sometimes feel like you only have one neuron period? Like you know you have more, but your brain just decides, nah, one's enough. Sometimes? Yeah. Every once in a while, my brain's like, we have one brain cell. That's it. We have one connecting. Just make sure to poke around a bit more. Kate. Kate. Actually, no. I'm not smacking you with the newspaper. I'm spritzing you with the water bottle. You should know better. That was very funny though. I am annoyed at how much money I have to spend on this. That is the only thing that's bugging me. Is how much money it's costing me to do this. Not that I ever really use money for anything in this game. But come on. Okay. So I have to be a little bit wider in a sweep.
Hmm?
Right at the beginning, I think. I'm not even sure I would say the neckline is low, Poisoned Arthrog, more that I would say the waistline is quite high. That guy's clearly having the time of his life. And so, like, he's great. Whee! We'll do it the way that we're supposed to do it. Kind of. Good enough. Absolutely good enough. Come on, dude. Whoop. We need to not jump off this platform before we've got him. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, this better be all the Poes in Lake Hylia. Yay, we got 10 money back, chat. That's so much money. Okay, where are we at? Use the cannon. Get to the ledge, use the cannon. On the second platform, you'll find a Poe. Okay, so then Zora's River and Zora's Domain. I don't think I can swim there because I can't go up the waterfall. Which means, where are my warp options? That's Zora's domain. If I do Zora's domain first, maybe I can come back down the river?
Where are they?
Okay, there's 2 in Zora's domain and there's 1 in Upper Zora's River, apparently. East ledge near where we caught a golden bug, I remember that. Just behind the waterfall on the west. Okay, so I don't think there's any in the throne room. Would be my guess. Ooh, eagle. Oh, soul, just behind the waterfall from the west side of Zora's domain. Use midnight to jump over the gaps. Nice. Nice. I wish I knew if time passed here. Okay. Nope. Can I not? This is the west side. I can literally see the one that's over there. Oh, and I can see the one that's over there too. I can see the behind the waterfall. Okay, so it doesn't need to be the upper. Interesting. Oops. Ow! I was trying not to fall off. That is not the button I wanted to press, but I know that's my fault. Did I get it? It didn't give me the thingy. Did I get it? Unclear if got? Did it disappear because it's daytime now? Oh, that's very annoying. This is the bit that's gonna take the longest. The good news is, I did locate it. I know where they both are. My Poe got spoiled. It happens. I literally, like, that feels like poor coding to me. Because I had killed it. It was on the ground. It had the finish button. I had targeted it. I pressed the finish button. The wolf jumped into the animation. And the Poe was still allowed to disappear due to the sun coming up. And that seems weird to me. Poison Death Frog, thank you so much for redeeming non-seasonal candy. I will enjoy a little bit more peppermint chocolate while we wait for the sun. Just a little bit of candy to make up for it. Just a little snack. Just a lovely little snack. It does seem to me that I'm supposed to just borrow Kate Bloomer's pun. I'm supposed to just poke around at night. Now that I have this skill, I'm not supposed to like dig in and actually try to accomplish things. But I don't know, how do you keep track of where you've been? Since apparently the Poe souls are out of season now. It's true. I can't eat the Poe soul, and so I've got to eat something non-seasonal, obviously. Obviously. I think it'll be really cool for you, Poison Darth Frog, to like do some kind of compilation for the 2000 video, or like in honor of 2000 videos, because that's always nice. I'm assuming you did something similar for your 1000, but I haven't actually looked that up, I realize. Like, it's nice to get a chance to revisit what you've done and to see what it's like and how it's going and how you've changed. You can find quotables. You can do the thing. Make yourself a Poison Darth Frog 2026 campaign quote set. I'm very worried about the castle, chat. It has been encased in a pyramid of Twilight, which is not really what we were here for. Supposedly, Midna's taking us to the mirror of Twilight, and hopefully, that will do something, or be useful. I'm not 100% sure where the story is going to go with this. I haven't been sure kind of from the get-go. It's quite something. Like, it's been quite a story so far. It's been surprising me a lot. Ooh, a bunch of Kakariko stuff. Oh, the Hyrule Field ones are gonna be tough. When we get to the part in Hyrule Field where I have to find all these Poe souls, that's gonna take a while. Tacked onto the end of a Sims video. But then just the compilation. Okay. That's fun. I'm gonna have to look that one up. Is that money up there? Hey, look, it is. I'll take the $5. Ooh. There's another $5 over here. Convenient that my wallet is no longer full. Yeah, like in honor of, as opposed to for 2000. I guess it doesn't really. In my head I'm like, man, it would be super cool if it like told you which video this was in like the upload queue, but I don't know why it would do that. That's too funny. I just really like data analysis, and so I sometimes think everyone does, and so everything has all of this analysis built in, which is not true, and there's no particular reason for it to be true, but it would be kind of fun. 35 videos picked out. Cool. That's so many videos. some days I sit here and I think, do I even have 35 videos on YouTube? And of course I do. I think I have more than 35 Zelda videos on YouTube. I don't have more, sorry, definitely more than 35 Zelda ones. Because I think, yeah, I'm getting kind of insane with that. I've been doing it for like at least 2 years. But I don't have 35 videos in this game yet. I think I'm in the teens somewhere. Okay, now you've made me curious again. Not that you were doing anything to make me curious. My brain just did a curious. So I have 17 videos in Twilight Princess so far. Which tells me that this one's going to take a while. But I wonder what my average is. So the original Legend of Zelda, I only have 5 videos for. Because it's very short. And then it looks like I have 10 videos for Zelda 2, which is mental. Because I don't know if y'all remember, at least one of those videos is literally me exiting and entering the same battle screen where I could down stab the Octoroks and just get from level 3 to level 9 in all of my skills. I just did a grind. And that was at least a whole video just by itself, which is insane. But there were still only 10 of them. And there were only 10 videos for A Link to the Past. Only 10 videos for Link's Awakening. That's crazy. So many of them were so quick. Oh, here we go. Ocarina of Time, 24 videos long. Got it. Majora's Mask, 32 videos long. We're getting up there. The Oracle games I kind of did 2 at once, and so they were also 33. That's crazy. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hey look, he's back. Oops. Nope. Not what I wanted to do. Excuse me. I am pressing a lot of wrong buttons right now, chat. Which is very annoying. Come on. Come on. Kill the Poe. Kill the Poe. Thank you. Lovely. Just from adding up the playlists. That's crazy. When did that happen? Oh. Excuse me, why can't I just go through the waterfall? Is it not still water? I guess not. This is fine. We need to get to the other Poe now. I didn't notice that the sun had gone down. That is crazy to me. I mean, it's also pretty cool. Okay. That was much smoother. Much smoother than the last. One money. I keep wanting that to be parts, but I guess the money's not the worst. Okay. So now I need to something Zora's River, which maybe I want to do on land and not in the river if I still can. Hello. Thank you. My average is 18.625. It's interesting to me the clean difference between the 3D ones and the 2D ones, if that makes sense. Is that a bug or is that a Poe? I think I see a golden bug. Oh, there's the Poe. Okay. Gotta be careful to do this right so that we don't get caught in either current. Lovely. So those are the Zora's, the Zora Poes. And then there's Kakariko, which probably we have a warp point near. This one? Kakariko Village. Is that a good place to go? I do think the 2D ones kind of have less. Okay, so Graveyard, Village, and then Death Mountain. Okay. So this is not a bad place to go. Poe Francis. Edgar Allan Poe. I'm just gonna get my health back since I'm here. Graveyard is here. Graveyard is here? Question mark? Yeah. Poe is here. Okay, there's another one. Okay. Push the first gravestone on the right. Well, first gravestone on the right is this one. Ha! Boy, does he ever come out. Love it. I wonder how long that would have taken me to find. I do like that it is displayed on the map how many are in like the region that you're in. And so it's not like you're hunting blind. But I'm also very grateful for walkthroughs, because I don't know that I'd be having a lot of fun trying to locate them. Like, doing the things, fine. When did you get here, dude? That's pretty cool. Okay. Bomb shop? Okay, go through the bomb shop, exit on the second floor. That's what she is. Do I have to be a boy? I have to be a boy. Thank you, Midna. I'm so glad you're trying to protect me. Avoid the sightlines, chat. How nice that this guy just kind of lets me run through his shop and probably go through his bedroom and just like exist. Okay, I see. I see the Poe. Come on. Ow. This guy is very annoyingly placed. Oh. Caliber 3, weekly editing, okay. Another character for Street Fighter 6. Tournaments before the next character comes out, and then there's fight requests, and then there's Sims video. Goodness me, that is quite a lot. Very busy. Okay. So apparently we have to get to the building up here. And TMNT Splinter Fate. That's a lot. Wow. How interesting that so many of the games that you like do content for had such similar timelines on like the added content. Ow. Hold on. Well, that seemed like the easiest way down. We'll just go get our health back at the spring real quick. Is there only one? Okay, so there's some... there's definitely still some in the Kakariko. Poe-busters. Yes. Poe-busters indeed. So apparently there's one on Death Mountain Trail. I am upsetting the crows. No, I'm pretty sure Poe Dameron is his name. The pilot from 789.
What the rate you as your papa?
Goodness me. Yes, okay. Will he even throw me up if I am... Can I transform behind him?
What want to fail your time?
Yes, I do want to do that actually. Because I can't be out of his sight. What about here? Is this good? Nice. Okay. Great. Fabulous. Hello, friend. Yes, please. Lovely. Second Goron ledge at the west. Oop. I really should be paying attention to what I'm doing. And yet here we are. What do you mean ledge at the... Oh, you mean that one. Okay. Whoop! I literally see him. Whoop! Please, please don't. I'm not even a wolf right now. Come on. Come on. Ow. I cannot see you, and it does make fighting you difficult. Come on. Goodness. Okay, we still got him. This is fine. So there's two more Kakariko ones. Pokaroo. That was an extremely Canadian reference. Delightful. There's two more Kakarikos. There's northwest of Kakariko Gorge Bridge and inside Kakariko Gorge Cavern at the south end of Kakariko Gorge. I don't really know where either of those places are. That's delightful. Um, where is Kakariko Gorge? Is that this? Because you might notice that I am hovering over that part of the map and it's calling it Hyrule Field. So it is probably this. At which point, northwest of the bridge near a tree. And then at the south end, there's a boulder. Oh, Kakariko Gorge Cavern is kind of like Lake Hylia Cavern. Gotcha! Okay, well, that's going to be very annoying. Binda, do I have any warps anywhere near? So I have one directly above the bridge. Is that gonna drop me into nothing? Yep. That figures. Okay. So warp is not going to be helpful, which is fine because it's also apparently daylight, and so it's not like fast travel will help me. Because I'm gonna have to wait for sunset, which means these Poes are gonna be a next time thing. Which begs the question of where a good save point is. Probably if I heal myself in the spring and then save. That's a non-terrible idea, right? Those crows really don't like me when I'm a wolf. Which is weird, because most animals are supposed to like me when I'm a wolf. Right? I'm the goodest boy. Look at me go. I'm so good. I have 18 post souls. Oh good, that matches the walkthrough. Because I realize I haven't checked that at any point. I've just been using my like vague recollection. But we're okay. We're actually on pace. That's not bad. So given that there are 29 total accessible souls right now, and that I already have 18 of them, that means I have 11 more to go. Okay, that sounds like something that I might actually be able to finish next stream. So that's good. Oh, except now I forget. Poison Darth Frog made a really good pun earlier today about calling the police, I think? Okay. That means that we can use another Poe-related pun for the title of next week's stream, and we're going to be able to finish Poe hunting, and then hopefully get back to the story at some point. This has been very interesting. Poes in this game are actually quite annoying. Probably not as annoying as in Ocarina of Time. I don't know if anyone remembers exactly how incensed I was to that, but I'm not good at aiming the bow in Ocarina of Time, and I'm also not good at riding the horse in Ocarina of Time. And the Poes were like free aim on horseback. That was very difficult. But I did do that side quest, and so I guess this isn't worse than that. And he stretches in the water, he dips his head, and then he shakes it up because he's the bestest boy. Yeah. You know what, Minda? Me too. I love how he opens his mouth underwater. I don't think the animation is really aware of the fact that I'm in water. Hunting for Poes? Almost. At least as inappropriate as catching them to tear their souls out. I think that's probably, like, what we're actually doing is probably more inappropriate than what it sounds like. Which is saying something. What do you think, Poison Darth Fog? Do you think it's more or less inappropriate than the clown outfit? Some things you just can't unsee. And And that's okay, I guess. Anyways, play some Tetris if you want to not get PTSD for anything you've seen. Where my Poes at? That's very funny. I know it's a few minutes early, but I am probably going to sign off because there's really no point. Even if I were, like, it's too close to sunrise. Even if I were to go hunting right now, I just have to wait. So this is a reasonably good save spot. I have 2 more Poes in the Kakariko area before I have to go to Farron Woods, I think. And then there's going to be a large collection in the middle of Hyrule Field. Always delightful. So if you are interested in watching me hunt down more Poes, if you are interested in seeing what I get for doing this, because I don't know, I'm just doing it. The guy told me to, so I am. You can come back next week. I tend to stream Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, so same time, same place, just next week. And I would love to hang out with you again. Always happy to see you guys. So there's no one on my short list who's live right now, which means I am probably just going to end the stream without a raid. But if you want to keep hanging out on Twitch, there's lots of lovely people here, and I hope you're able to find someone to spend some time with. Thank you for being here, Poison Darthrag. Thank you, everybody, for your redemptions. Congrats on the streaks. Thank you, Poison, for the resub. It's been lovely hanging out and chatting with y'all. And I guess, as always, until I see you next time, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, a wonderful weekend. And as always, until I see you next time, keep it cute. Bye, folks.